guys, welcome back, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. Good to meet you. Today we're talking about the keto diet and whether it's the right choice as you get older, as you go over 50. The reason I want a conversation about this today is because I'm doing a 90-day sort of transformation program at the moment. Obviously that includes fat loss, and keto diet is certainly an approach that works well for that. And there's other things I want to talk about in a minute when it comes to the pros of the diet itself. So yeah, I'm doing this 90-day transformation at the moment. By the way, if you want to get involved in that, or if you just want some workouts and meal plans to follow your own sort of transformation, there's a link in the description where you can go and grab that, and I'll talk about that again at the end, just to sort of give you some more information on that if you do want to get involved. So I'm obviously, I normally follow a more what I call a balanced diet, more Mediterranean style. So it's a mixture of everything, carbs, proteins, fats, a balanced diet, and that's what I sort of eat most of the year, and that seems to work for me generally, especially for maintaining. But when it comes to sort of fat loss, I think obviously, we need to manipulate carbohydrates, restrict carbohydrates. That generally works the best to a certain degree. Now, so two options I look to really for that is paleo diet, which I'll discuss in another video, and keto diet. So I've used a keto diet, many times in the past, but I haven't really been following it in the last 4 or 5 years since I turned 50. Just because I haven't been, because of my previous experience, I just didn't want to, that's not the way I want it. I want to eat long term, and again, I'll go into that in the cons of the diet for myself. So, obviously it's become really popular again in the last 10 years. Obviously low carb diets have been around for a long time. Remember the Atkins in the 80s, 90s. Sort of paleo come early 2000s, sort of was like the new kid on the block, and since then keto's now a household thing, isn't it? The keto diet, it wasn't 20 years ago, and now that's morphed into carnivore diet and all the different spin-offs that we've got. And I say it's, for me, I've used it multiple occasions. But, from a long-term perspective, it's not a diet I want to follow. But short-term, like for 90 days or for a portion of that 90 days, it could be a really good option. So I just wanted to talk about it because I know I get a lot of comments on the videos regarding people who are, on low-carb diets and loving it, and carnivore diet and stuff like that. So maybe you're thinking about it yourself. So I just wanted to, again, start this conversation today just to sort of put my thoughts across, and hopefully if you are thinking about it, it might sway you one way or the other. So let's talk about the pros keto diet. Again, as I say, for fat loss, probably the big one. It's probably why most people are on it. I mean, anytime you're restricting calories, and you're going to lose weight, and obviously with keto, it's really effective at doing that. The one thing I will say is that sometimes you can lose muscle as well, so you have to be careful of that. But overall, it's very, 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 very effective for losing weight, and rapidly as well. So from that angle, it's a big pro if that's your fitness goal. What I found as well was I didn't get hungry on the diet, mainly because there's a lot of fat in the diet, and generally I think the macro split roughly is about 60-70% fat, probably about maybe 30-40% protein, and the rest just maybe 5% is so say 60% fat, 35% protein, and maybe 5% carbs, roughly. That's the sort of macro breakdown. If you're on the keto diet, generally it might be a bit different, but that's generally the breakdown. So what we found with that level of fat and protein in your diet, you just don't get the hunger crashes, the hunger cravings go. So it's much easier to manage your appetite than if you are sort of eating carbs. So that's great. Obviously, when you are in ketosis and you're burning fat for fuel consistently, you're definitely going to see a boost in your energy levels. I definitely found that as well. And you get physically, you had more energy and more mental focus as well. I found that, you know, that was also a big pro from the diet. I know there's been research linking it to you know, improving your mental brain health anyway. There's also I think research based around like inflammation and stuff like. I know a lot of guys come on saying that, you know, since they've been on carnivore diet, for example, that they've all their joints are pain free. I never really experienced that, but saying that, I didn't, as I say, when I was doing it, I didn't really have much joint pain because I was a lot younger. So that's an interesting thing I might want to experiment with, you know, over this next 90-day period. And so they're sort of the main advantages and benefits, I'll call it, of getting on this diet. The cons for me really were bloating. Obviously that's some of the foods that only the foods that you can eat don't always agree with me, so I would find that sometimes a little bit uncomfortable, especially when you're eating that much protein. And generally it's just I struggle to eat that way just for a long time. It just doesn't appeal to me. I don't want to cook them sort of meals and live on the meals all the time, even though, yeah, I say for a short-term goal they're definitely worth it, but just from a long-term lifestyle perspective, it's not for me. I'd also find as well, even though my energy levels were great in terms of just steady, nice, no crashes, no hunger pangs kicking in, if I was doing more sort of intense cardio or more longer style cardio, then I would get tired and I'd struggle for energy after that, and I'd be you know, craving the carbs after that. So be careful, mindful of that as well. You know, depending on what your fitness regime looks like. I think keto works perfectly with just doing lots of walking and you know, strength training. I think that's a great combination if you're on the keto diet. So that's it, guys. I just thought I'd put that out there today. Obviously drop me a comment below if you're on the keto diet, you followed before, what's your experience with it, whether you love it, you hate it, whatever. You know, let's get a conversation going on this. And I say I'm on this 90-day plan now, where I've got a number of different meal ideas like paleo and keto, and a more balanced approach. And I'll probably do a mixture of all three during the next 90 days, I think. And I've also got workouts I'm doing and other stuff. So anyway, I've put it all together as a free resource. There's a link below. Just, you know, at the moment it's all free. Just click the link, go to the page, find it, download it. I say there's 3 different meal plans on there. There's 3-4 different workouts that I've put out there. These are all more like a 4-day split workout. So it's just there. Either follow it along, you know, over the next 90 days, or you can just use it for inspiration, you know, just to, you know, using your own programs at the moment, just to sort of look for new ideas, or just something, just change up. If you know, if you've been on the same plan for months or even years, you know, maybe now's a good time to change up. And obviously we've got the summer coming. Looks like it's already coming, which is fabulous, which is always a motivation to get out there and start, you know, thinking about getting fit and healthy for the summer, which is exactly what I'm doing. So anyway, hope that helps, guys. Yep, obviously please like, share, follow the channel, all helps me. And yeah, please leave a comment. Yeah, let me know, you know, I want to get your insights, get your feedback. Okay guys, see you next time. Cheers.